Next, we discuss the profit and loss account. The trading account simply tells about the gross profit or loss made by a businessman on purchasing and selling of the goods. It does not take into the account into other operating expenses incurred by him during the course of running the business. All such expenses are charged into profit and loss account. The profit and loss account consider all such expense and incomes and given the net profit made or loss suffered by the business during a particular period. There should be a particular format for the profit and loss account. As similar to the debit and credit side, in the debit side there should be a particular and amount column. In the credit side there should be a particular and amount column. In the particular column of debit side we enter the gross loss brought on. It's taken from the trading account, and the indirect expenses and the net profit is transferred to the capital account is the balancing figure. And the credit side, the particular side, we enter the gross profit brought on, it's transferred from the trading account, and the indirect incomes and the net loss and that transfer to the capital account. The profit and loss account is prepared to continuation to the trading account. Therefore, usually we'll write the trading profit and loss account for the period ending above the account. And the indirect expense which involve the office and administration expenses. Under the office and administration expenses involve the office salaries, office rent and rates, printing and stationery, telephone charges, legal charges, audit fees, general expenses. And the next one is the selling expenses. The selling expense which involve the advertisement, discount allowed, commission paid, salesman salary, godown rent, carriage inward, agent commission and traveling expenses. Next is the distribution expenses. Distribution expenses which involve the depreciation on vehicle, upkeep of vehicles, traveler's salary, repairs and maintenance. And the non-operating expenses which involve the discount on issue of shares and preliminary expenses. Next is the indirect incomes. The indirect incomes which involve the interest and dividend received, discount received, interest on drawings, commission received, rent received, bad debt recovered, income from investment, profit on sale of asset and the miscellaneous incomes are the indirect income. There are some importance of the profit and loss account. It is an index of the profitability. Helps to make comparison with previous figure. Helps in taking steps for the effective control of the various expenses. Allocation of profit among different periods for setting aside a part of the profit and future contingency can be done.